Hello or welcome back if you've already been watching the playlist or the previous videos. In this episode, I am continuing on with furnishing the apartment and trying to, I suppose, just fill out the empty space and make the apartment itself look more cluttered. If you've watched the previous episode, you'll notice that I've added a few things since then off camera. And I'm just going to go through those right now in a little bit of detail just to give you an idea of what I've added individually. So if we just zoom in directly, first of all, I've added a desk, a PC monitor, and an ashtray with some cigarette butts in it. And then for the bathroom itself, we've added a toilet with a crack in it and then a sink with some water in it. I'll more than likely come back to these to try and find the right sizes, but also to make sure that the room colors themselves, along with the furniture, better tie together. But yeah, so far that's what I have added from the last episode. I still have the pile of dirty plates here. I'm still not 100% sure on what I'm going to do with them, but I will likely fix them up as I go through the episodes. Yeah, but that's it so far. I have the desk, the PC monitor, and the ashtray, and then we also have the toilet and the sink. What I'm going to do in this episode is I am going to just go through those to give a closer look individually. So this is the desk. Then we have the computer tile or the PC monitor tile. Then we have the ashtray with the cigarette butts in it. Then we have the toilet. We have the sink. And then what I'm going to add in today's episode is I feel like what this apartment needs is like a couch. So we're going to be drawing that today. And then also I want to add just maybe like a mouse here. I'll draw in the cable afterwards, just so I'm not trying to line it up directly while drawing the mouse. But yeah, we're going to add like a little small mouse here for the PC itself. And then the couch. So the size for what I'm going for this is 80 by 32. So even just to give you an idea of what that would look like, take a look. So I'm just going to add in another layer, and we'll call this one couch, and then I'll just add in another layer and we'll call it PC mouse. Okay, so this is what I'm thinking for the size of the couch. It's going to be facing away from us, so the detail of it will be a little bit nondescript because effectively we're looking at the back of it. So I suppose looking at it from a whole, it would be, let's say the back area is here, and then this would be where, if that makes sense, like the backing is here, and then the legs and everything would be facing that way. But yeah, what we're going to do is draw that today. So yeah, let's get started and we'll try get a rough idea of maybe the shape just first of all, and then the actual color palettes and stuff like that I'll drop in as I go. I'm not quite sure. I'm thinking more like of a browny kind of a color, maybe. Something like that. Maybe a little bit darker. Let me see. I'm trying to just see what way it will fit with the actual. How does that look? It's very bright. Let's just keep making it a bit darker. First of all. Okay, let's see how that looks. Okay, yeah, that one kind of sticks out a little bit, so we'll go with that. And then in terms of design, okay. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the black for now, and then I'm going to do a little outline around the outside of it, just to try and find the shape of it. So really what we want is, we kind of want to be coming in to here, maybe there, and then we'll come something like that. So what's that? That's 1, 2, 3, 4 out. And then we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 up. Okay, so let's go to this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so it's 3 out. One, two, three. Is that right? Yeah. Okay. And then we'll do that. And again, I suppose as I'm doing this, I might take away from it bit by bit as I go, but it's just trying to get the shape of it first of all. Let's try here. We go here, here, here maybe. And then we'll bring that up. Then let's try and see if we can make that into more of a couch, kind of a backing. Okay, so what I'm going to do is delete this. And then we'll just take out these sections here. And see what way that looks once we've got that done. If it's not completely apparent by now, I'm not really great at doing pixel art. It's very much a learning process for me as I go. But it's just a case of trying things to see what works and then trying to replicate that or replicate it over and over again so it makes sense. This is what we have so far for one side. I don't know how I feel about it, but I'll keep working with it for now. Maybe once we have both sides in, it'll make a little bit more sense. So what I'm going to do is take this, copy that. Actually, it might be easier just to do this. And then oops. Let's see, we'll take this, copy, and then we'll bring that over here. And then I can't remember how to flip this. Let me see. Nope, that's not it. Let me see if I add a new layer, maybe. So copy this here. And then post it here. Just trying to cut down on the timing of it a little bit. Layer, okay, let me see. Properties, no. Okay, so I'll copy that and then we'll just copy it across bit by bit and see what way it turns out. So horizontal symmetry. Okay, here we go. This is how I remember doing it. We'll just do this just to keep it somewhat a little bit even, and then we'll just work it out bit by bit. And then we'll take these away. Okay. Slowly but surely, we'll get something that looks like a couch from the back. How do I feel about this? Not too good, if I'm being honest. Let's take that, and then we'll get rid of that. And then what we might do is, I'm just going to take that line and maybe make some like legs here for the chair, just in black for now. Maybe I'll put it over as far as here. Does that make sense? No, it doesn't. We'll take this line in here, and then we'll do it there, and yeah, you know what? We'll leave it at that for now. Okay, so what do I want to do? Up here where it's connecting in, just before it connects in, I think I want to do maybe like this. And then we're going to take this color back again and then paste that in here. And then we're going to make this a little bit lighter. Now, does that look like a couch from the back? Not really. Why does that not look right? Let me see. So we can take here. And then here. And here. Take this. Okay, I need to delete those ones. Okay. Okay, so we have that little bit for now. I think I need to add more color into this a little bit just to kind of bring it down a bit. So what I'll do is, keeping in line with this, maybe we'll go here. Copy that in. Maybe I'll just do a little bit like this. Okay, and then I kind of want some darker line down the middle, so we can take this and then we'll do kind of like that maybe. We'll try bring some of this in a little bit. Okay. Let me see. Does that look like a couch from the back? Get rid of this line first of all. Kind of. A little bit. I'm just going to copy it in for now, and then I can see what it looks like. I suppose we get rid of this line first. And then we'll post this in. Okay. Yeah, okay. It's not what I imagined, but it's kind of hard to replicate, if I'm being honest. It's easier to draw the couch front facing, but I figured because I have so much furniture up here, it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to just keep adding stuff to that side of the room. So what I kind of wanted to do was have the couch here, maybe like a TV table or a coffee table, and a TV, or I don't know about a TV. There's kind of enough electronics in the room as it is with the PC and stuff. I kind of want it to be a little bit on the grubby side, so even the PC in itself is kind of like a sore thumb, but I feel like it's needed because it's a futuristic city. So I think it'd be kind of stupid not to have some kind of computer, but also the part of the city where Kaz will be starting in, like this district or region, is going to be like one of the older parts. So it's for the lower class people where it won't be as much neon, at least until we see later parts of the game. But yeah, I mean, the couch looks okay at that. I'll save that as a couch for now. I'll likely come back to it a bit more, and just gonna actually draw this in a little bit here. Does that look a bit better? Hold on. Does that look a bit better? I think that looks a little bit better. I get rid of this, and then we put this back in. Okay. Yeah. Let's check out the size comparison. Okay. So if he were to be sitting down, it would, yeah, more or less. That's not too bad in size comparison, so I can work with that. But yeah, I'll leave the couch there for now, and I can come back to that later at another point if I need to add to it or change the colors up. I do kind of like that color for the couch. It almost has like that weird leathery look to it, so we'll go with it for now. Now, for the mouse for the PC, this one's going to be a little bit trickier because, like, even to give you the example, the size here, this is 16 by 16, and then like the table itself is not even that size. So, you know, we're constrained a little bit. We kind of want it to be that size at most. What would that even be? 5 by 5. Okay, actually what I'll do then is we'll go to this and we'll change it to 5 by 5. Okay, that works. Then let's see, what way do I want this to look? We can kind of be based here, maybe just something like this, maybe, and then I can do that, and then I can do that, and then let's just see what way this looks for now. PC mouse. I might need to go smaller again. We'll try 4 by 4 maybe. I might actually take out those lines, and then we'll check this one out. Okay, let's see. Get rid of that. Paste that in. How does that look? Kind of clashes with the wall a bit. I wonder if I just take a black. Does that look too bad? Yeah, that looks too bad. Maybe if I try more of a gray. We'll try that for a second, and then we'll take a look. Okay. Yeah, we'll try this. Maybe we'll go here, 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 and then we'll add in that. Okay. And then we could even do like a red cable, to be honest. Just swing it out into the back. wonder if I do like a mouse pad, would that look a bit better maybe? Like a green mouse pad, just to make it stick out a bit. Let me take a look and play around with this for a little bit. We could do green. Let me think. Yellow. We can do dark yellow. No, that's too grimy. Too bad. Okay, there we go. That kind of a red. And then I will do the cable a similar kind of a... no, we'll keep the... We'll keep that. That kind of looks okay as it is. Yeah, that looks okay as it is. Let me take a look. Like, realistically, looking at it from an angle, it's not going to be too noticeable anyway. Or from this height. So I think that's pretty okay the way it is there. Maybe I'll just change up the colors a little bit so it's not... Decisions. Okay, what way does that look? That looks worse. Okay, yeah, that'd be fine. It'll be stuff that it's not too noticeable, but I kind of want it to be cool to look at as well. So I can always come back to something like that a bit more. But yeah, so far now we have the carpet with the blood and covered in newspaper, the fridge. I will plan to fix these drawers because the more I look at them out of the corner of my eye, it is kind of off-putting that they don't really look right. So I'll fix those up maybe in the next episode, and then I'll maybe bring in this a bit more here just to make the tap look a bit standoutish. We'll kind of see what way it works looking at it more. I kind of think it looks okay, but we'll figure that out. I will plan to fix up these plates so they look actually like plates and not like a wedding cake. And then, yeah, we'll try add in more stuff. Maybe like a TV, definitely like a coffee table or something. Maybe not that big, but something to that size maybe. Something like this maybe. Like a coffee table, maybe narrower. And I'll put some like beer bottles and stuff like that on it, and then we'll add some more decorations to the walls, possibly like posters or maybe a window. I'm kind of reluctant to add a window because I kind of want this to be on the inside of the building, so like this will be going into the hall. I'm not sure what will be out here yet in terms of outside the apartment. I might just have this so that the apartment itself leads down to the noodle shop that it's above. So it might be just you go to the door and then it transitions to the noodle shop. But I can figure that out a bit more once I start working with it in Godot. But yeah, you know, I think I'll leave it there for now. We've added in some stuff off camera. We've added in some stuff on camera. And I'll keep working towards this until it's a little bit fleshed out a bit more. I think once I have this apartment fully furnished, I'll get it into Godot and I'll get the character moving at least, and then it'll have something to work with. I'm not sure how I'll be able to figure out how to get it to interact with different objects, but I suppose I'll worry about that when I come to it. But yeah, for now, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you tune in for the next one.